Good evening, race fans, and welcome back to the last race of Season 16 at WFO Network. Tonight, again, it all ends right here. We've reached the final race of the season, and fittingly, it comes at the most unpredictable track of all of them, again. Daytona International Speedway. Drafting, pack racing, and split-second decisions will decide not just the race, but the championship again tonight. With the points format we have, math is still simple and still brutal. There are 4 drivers tonight that have a chance at the title. At the top, you have Benjamin Lacey. He enters with the points lead. Behind him, just 5 points back, is Richard Holland, ready to capitalize on any mistake. And sitting in third is Adam Matz, Mr. Reliable. He remains within striking distance. And then you cannot count out Tommy Haynes. The hill is large for him, but the climb is still possible. From here on out, there are no calculators, no strategy charts, just position, drafting partners, and survival, as we saw last night. Everyone else on the grid is racing for pride, momentum, and the chance to play a spoiler, because at Daytona, help can come from anywhere, again, as we saw last night. And trouble can come just as fast. So buckle up, race fans. This is the final race of the season. This is Daytona, and tonight we will crown the champion of the WFO Network Truck Series. So stay tuned, and we'll be back after this.
Start your engines, light the flame. We don't back down, we play this game. Wheel to wheel, it's skill and pride. We're racing clean with fire inside. Every turn a test of guts, fast and fair, no ifs or buts. Respect runs deep in every lane. We fight for wins, not for fame. Precision rules the track right here. Built on sweat, built on gear. Pushing hard but never low. Side by side we let it go. WFO, why freaking open, steal the show. Brotherhood on every lap, no cheap shots, no dirty taps. WFO, legends racing, friendships grow. Full send, all in, let it flow. This is WFO. It ain't just wins, it's how we stand. We lift each other hand in hand. From practice nights to final flags, we've got each other's backs. Hard racers, clean lines, sharpen steel through battle times. No ego, no shame, just honor in the name. WFO, wide freaking open, let it roll. Chasing greatness every show with the best you'll ever know. WFO, racing hard and keeping true. There's no other league like this crew. This is WFO. When the lights drop and the engines roar, this is where champions are made. WFO Racing League, wide freaking open. WFO, wide freaking open, steal the show.
Alrighty. Well, they are just finishing up qualifying right now. What up, Ivan? Got 20 seconds left to finish qualifying. Once they get that set up, we will go through the grid. All right, 19 trucks here tonight for the final race of the season. All righty. Hear them. I hear them. All right, let's see. All right. Tonight's starting grid is proudly supported by Grace and Jade Photography, capturing real moments and real stories from Virginia to destinations nationwide. Learn more at graceandjadephotography.com. And with that being said, let's get to the grid. Starting in first place tonight, you have John Wimbish in that 56. Nick Hunt in the 60 is going to be starting in second place tonight. Adam Matz will be third, with Garrett Helminger starting in fourth. Burt Wilson, winner last night in that number 70 truck, he will be starting in fifth place, with Mike McCauley starting in sixth place. Mike Mitchell will be starting in seventh place in that number 2, with Ronald Hall in that number 1 starting in eighth. Stephen Bryan in the 18 will be starting in 9th place tonight, and Vern Bradley with that number 14 will be starting in 10th. Keaton Tripp will be starting 26th, will be starting 11th in the 26. Ricky Fagone will be starting 12th in the number 10. Benjamin Lacey in that number 7 is going to be in 13th place, with Richard Holland starting in 14th in that number 31. Ivan Jones is here tonight, and he will be starting in 15th place with that 53, with Ryan Lanise to his outside in the 16. In the 48 in 16th. I can speech. Daddy Glenn in that 63, he'll be starting in 17th tonight, with TJ Lee to his outside in 18th in that number 34. And the last truck on the track tonight is going to be Matthew Powers in the number 20, starting 19th. So that is the grid. We are getting lined up. They are in the back stretch, getting things warmed up, ready to go. You hope you win tonight. What do you think you're going to win? What's going on, Mr. McCauley? Good luck tonight. Something special. All right, pace car is aggressively going to drop down, and then soon we will be hitting the green. Green, green, green. Final race of the season is kicked off. Now, I also need to make sure that I do this here. that there. All right, so you got John Wimbish in front, Adam Matson second, Burt Wilson is currently third, Nick Hunt in fourth. Garrett Helmlinger is fifth, Mike Mitchell sixth, Michael McCauley is seventh, Steve Bryan eighth, and Keith Tripp ninth, with Benjamin Lacey rounding out your top 10. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. We got the inside line working together. Pushing in, pushing and pushing and pushing. So you got John, Adam, Bert, and Mike all on that inside. That is 1 through 4. Staying fairly steady, staying together. Outside line having a little bit of troubles trying to keep up. Not getting that same drafting push that you're seeing on the inside. 200 what? Miles per hour? What do you mean I wasn't? I thought you were working, B&B. We got a race going on. Just hush up, ma'am. Supposedly. I am here.
Oh, hey.
Hi.
I didn't see you, so I was over doing something else. I just realized, hey.
Supposedly, B&B. Supposedly. So as these guys go around, let's see if we can get the zoomed in camera to work here. Alright, we'll get up front here. So up front, you got John Wimbish in that 56 Red Oak. And if I look at my, where's my notes? Let's see. So, who are we looking for tonight? Tonight we're looking for Benjamin Lacey, Richard Holland, Adam Matz, and Tommy Haynes. Those are your people who have close enough points that can make it to the championship and win the championship tonight, depending on where the other one places. So, Adam, I can't remember how many points back he was. He was... Adam's 14 points back.
Richard's 5. Adam Mads is 14. And Tommy Haynes, who needs a miracle, is 19 points behind at 19 truck starting. So he needs a perfect damage-free race.
And everyone else to finish behind him.
Yes. Yes.
Somehow. That's not, I don't think that's not even I don't think it's possible.
But the odds and probabilities on that
because he would need all three to finish below 19. And that's not possible.
Well, no. If Benjamin finishes last, Richard Holland needs to be in the bottom 5, and Adam would have to be in the. Oh, wait a minute.
Even if Benjamin finishes last, it's still going to have 1 point up.
Then Tommy's only 14 behind. But well, if Benjamin gets damaged and Tommy gets a clean race, he gets a 1 point. I think it's the only way that works, right? That would put him at -18 technically if he goes to 8. And I think it's a point for winning it also. Either way,
that I don't know.
It would take everything to the stars to align.
That's why I said in the intro, the hill is large, but it's possible.
Yes.
And I wasn't sure at that point how many trucks were actually in here yet, so.
Yeah.
He needed more trucks.
Possible, not probable. But again, hey, look at the Bears on paper before the season started. They should have been nowhere close to where they ended up. So, you never know. Miracles do happen.
Yeah, the Bears still suck. Anyways, so. With Adam 14 behind, he needs quite a lot to happen too. So, which I mean, he's doing his part. He's running second right now, but I mean, there's a lot of race to go. So,
Adam needs Benjamin and Richard to have issues, basically. Adam needs Benjamin and Richard to have a night Adam had last night. Although Adam turned that around pretty well, so.
all right, so John Wimmish in the 56, Adam Matz in that orange number 9. We come to know week in and week out. Burt Wilson, he's running a NASA truck tonight.
I can't get close enough to see. There's got to be something to that.
Probing Uranus since 1986.
There it is.
We went to the moon to get our rocks off.
And here's the ironic thing. There's the thing that you have to think of. To put that tongue-in-cheek aside, it's a badass looking paint scheme.
It is. It's very good.
Yeah. As long as you don't get close enough to read it when you might be able to look at what's great.
Then moving back, you got the number 2, Mike Mitchell, and that's Sim Magic. Sim Magic Ford. Nick Hunt coming around the outside. Around the outside, around the outside. Chick, chick, wah.
Right where it's going.
And that number 60 John Deere Special. You got Steve Bryan on the inside in that Toy Story 5, number 18. Garrett Hemlinger, he is running right there in that 88. That's a new paint scheme for him. He's got all kinds of stuff on there. No, I didn't what, nation? You got Mike McCauley in his Little Mermaid truck. Going out here looking like he's going to try and make it 3 wide. He's going to get blocked.
Referencing your M&M reference?
Maybe. You got Benjamin Lacey, points leader. Currently running in 7th place. It is filmingthewild.com Ford. He shouted them out a couple times as he gets up here in the booth. You got Keaton Tripp in that 419 26 truck. You got Vern Bradley. He's battling right now with Ricky Fagone, but Vern's running that Alienware 14. Ricky running that number 10 ASE special truck. Ivan Jones in that mean green machine of the 53, keeping it real. Part of the RGC Mortorsports team. Daddy Glenn running that Voodoo Ranger number 63. Ronald Hall in that NVIDIA number 1. Kind of a neat scheme. Matthew Powers in the number 20 Buffalo Trace. TJ Lee out there with the Autism Awareness truck, also the head of RGC Motorsports, sponsor of the league. And then sitting back here tonight, you got Richard Holland right there. He's running 18th place tonight. Not sure if he's just sitting back and relaxing and waiting until later, or hoping to not get caught up in anything being in back here like that, but you never know. And then Rylan Neese back here, part of the 419 team, running that G-Fool 48. And that is our track. Now, in order for Richard to win, he needs to be 4 points back from Benjamin.
And no more than, what, 8, 9 behind Adam? If I'm mathing correctly?
I believe so.
Adam's 14 behind, Richard is 5, so that's a 9-point swing, so yeah.
Four guys hanging together on the outside. Slowly falling behind. Wilson right there, the number third, or in the third spot. Finished first last night in the cars. Gonna try and do it again tonight.
Playing with house money tonight.
With as close as Adam is to John, I'm going to guess that the trucks don't overheat quite like the cars did. Adam is up there and he's sticking pretty tight.
Yeah, I forgot. Completely forgot to ask about that when I was down talking to some intel. I completely forgot about asking about that.
The outside line is down to 2. something with that outside line. So far, the outside line has not been terribly successful. Let's get left alone again. So it's just Ricky and Nick out there on that outside. You're very missable, huh? Compared to... Just kidding, Nation. I can hear him now. That's fucked up. So our lineup right now is John Wimbish in first, Adam Matz in second place, Burt Wilson running third, and Mike Mitchell in fourth. Steve Bryan is currently running fifth. Ricky Fagone is sixth place. Benjamin Lacey seventh. Nick Hunt in eighth. Daddy Glenn ninth, and Ivan Jones in 10th place.
The outside line starting to Ivan and Matthew Powers. Here's to see what they can do. 4 trucks.
Unfortunately, I think they lose their momentum when Mitchell bumps up like that. Kind of scares Ricky a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Current biggest mover is Matthew Powers, up 8 spots into a light. Daddy Glenn is at 7 spots. Never mind, Daddy Glenn just moved up to 8 spots. Ben Wimbish out front, Ben out front, running this whole thing the whole time so far. 22 laps led, 22 laps through. It's just Snow Nation, you'll live. I'll trade you some of what we got up here. Looks like Richard moved up a spot. 16th now. Eaton's dropped back to the back. He's on 18th right now.
Outside line is turning 3. Truck line. Cars got back a bit, so that's not going to help them move forward.
Nation, don't be starting any shenanigans in the chat, okay? We don't need any kerfuffles. That outside line wants to get up and around Mike, but the way that he's just kind of all over, it's a little dangerous to pass him.
Sure, that's got Ricky's attention. laps is what I was told. The fuel run laptop.
Outside line's making a little bit of headway, it looks like. Oh, Mo, you didn't? Oh, Mo, you didn't? Oh, yems, I did. Let's see, so we got Matthew Powers is up 8 spots right now. Daddy Glenn up 7. So your top 10 hasn't changed a lot, but you got John Wimbish in first, Adam Matt second, Burt Wilson currently running third, Mike Mitchell fourth, Richard going fifth. Steve Bryant is sixth, Nick Hunt is seventh, Benjamin Lacey eighth, Ivan Jones ninth, and Daddy Glenn will round out your top 10. You said 32, so that's going to give us about 4 more laps, and we should start seeing people coming in. Hey, look at that. They made it 90 laps tonight.
Oh, for that race length? Yeah.
Yeah. It was 87 last year. Doubt they did it for me, but, you know.
You never know.
See how it goes once these guys start coming in for pits and stuff. We'll see if there's any treachery or kerfuffles that happen. Nation's favorite word.
DJ tried to move up to the outside line.
Going to join his teammate up there.
Yeah, and then that's Richard behind him.
Richard behind him, sneaking up on the outside also. Richard now up to 13th spot. So that outside line is fighting to stay together, but at the same time, they haven't really lost a lot. They're kind of sticking there with Mike and who is that? And Steve.
Yeah, they've done a really good job of just maintaining that position.
I don't know. I feel like that outside line can be kind of dangerous. So, you know, something happens up front, they usually swing to the outside, and that outside line's going to be what catches it. So,
Yeah, I am a firm believer that the outside line carries a higher probability than happens.
yep. You got John Wimmish, 18 of Stephen Bryan. He's called out that he's coming in. Lots of guys calling out. So we'll see how this goes. Looks like several of them split off. Will they get in? Looks like everybody got slowed down. Everybody's in okay.
Yeah, Ricky calling out him and guys coming in again. Ricky, Ivan, Bert,
Ivan.
Mike Mitchell, put in the front.
Look, this is going to be a big group coming in.
The guys in the broadcast can hear. A lot of guys are starting now to even say, hey, when I come in, I'm going to go down low, I'm going to go high, and try to avoid any kind of incident. So everybody has an idea where a lot of these guys go, so everybody's got a little more fudge room. Oh, Bert locked it up. I think he saved it, got inside the cone. I don't know if he got a speeding penalty. Oh, he said he didn't get a penalty. I don't know how. That was a great job of saving it, not hitting the cone and not speeding. That's how you gain space. That's how you gain time coming into the pits. Woo.
All right.
Might require a new pair of shorts when the race is over. But that was a great save.
I'm not exactly sure what happened, but I show Steve Bryan out in front of Ricky, but my counter is saying that Ricky's actually in the lead.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I can't. I've stepped in the front part of the vehicle here. I gotta look it up. I'm not sure how they're raking it. Unless, did he not come in?
No, he came in.
Or maybe Ricky pitted behind the start finish line and he pitted in front, so when they came out for that lap, he wasn't ahead, even though maybe Ricky came up off that lap.
He must have, let's see. I don't know if he had some damage that he was trying to get fixed. Maybe that's why, because he's now lapped. It says.
Steve or Ricky?
Steve. No, it says, well, it was saying Ricky was in the lead. Oh, that's why he's a lap down, because, okay. I'm behind here. So Adam is out front, Benjamin Lacey in second, Ricky is third. Steve Bryan is a lap down now.
He have a speeding penalty, maybe he was sitting on pit road, boss. We know that. That would only be 30 seconds. That should put a lap down here.
It looked like he had a whole extra minute on his pit time, so I'm not sure. Not exactly sure what happened there, but
maybe a speeding penalty. If you come in super fast, it's more than 30. Then I think it's 40 or 50 seconds. And so it might have been.
I never saw any flags.
Penalty. Well, that's right. Yeah, you would have.
Anyway, so we can run down the list now. So we've got Adam Matz is currently in the lead, Benjamin Lacey in second. Ricky Fagone is here in third. Then you got about a 3.6 second gap to get to the next group. You got Daddy Glenn there in fourth place. Nick Hunt is going to be in fifth. Garrett Helminger is going to be sixth. Ivan Jones is going to be seventh. Mike McCulley, he's going to be in eighth. Bert Wilson just dropped down in front of Vern, so Bert's going to be in ninth, and Vern is going to round out your top 10. Richard Holland, he has managed to move up to 11th spot. John Wimmish is behind him in 12th. I'm sure he's a little disappointed in that. He came in originally. Well, he came in first. Yeah, he came in the first group and was leading the race, and now he's towards mid-pack. So you got TJ Lee right there in 13th, and you got Mike Mitchell in 14th. Matthew Powers is out here kind of running alone at the moment in 15th. Rylan Neese and Keaton Tripp running there 16 and 17. Ronald Hall, he's just kind of running out here by himself now. And like we said, Stephen Bryan, he's been lapped by the first two leaders, so he is now a lap down. Not exactly sure how that happened. It seems like some shenanigans stuff might be going on with the track thing. I don't know. Because that really shuffled up them guys, and I'm not exactly sure why.
The dog has been fed. I resume my. However, the joke is on her. Sitting 10 feet behind us in the trailer, there's 40,000 pounds of dog. She has no idea. Oh, that's right. So it's. Yeah, that's right. It was almost kind of like a mini invert or something, the way it cycled out. Some of these guys.
Unless the first group took 4 and the second group took 2.
Yeah, or no tires. Might have been as well.
Not sure what happened there. Ronald Hall just disconnected. Let's see if we can see what happened there.
I know he had lost the pack.
Yeah, he was just out there running by himself. Not sure exactly what happened.
Oh, there we go. He was coming into pit road and just lost it. Looped it and just disconnected.
Which I'm not sure why he was coming back into pits, because he had already been into pits, but yeah, it is what it is. So, So you got that front group running away from, well, they're not really running away. That back group is slowly catching them, but it's very slow. Actually, now they're losing them a little bit. So Ricky's back of the front and Glenn's the front of the back. So
yeah, they were a little over 10th faster that second group that last lap. This lap.
I'm watching the interval. The interval's actually climbing, so I'm not exactly sure.
Well, but you want to look front of the pack to front of the pack, right? Because Ricky might be holding fuel, holding off, going forward. Glenn was a 10 faster.
Glenn has lost. Well, Glenn just lost to Garrett, but Garrett is a second behind, or they just added another second between that group. So
Yeah.
That front group is starting to run away with it.
To Adam. Yeah. Yeah, they lost over a second there.
Got something going on back here with Richard and them guys. See him 2x2 here. Almost run into him again. Back to two here. Let's see in there, so let's go back another lap here.
Yeah, Bert had come over the radio. I'm watching him. Richard was closing as quickly as he did on lap 43. Yeah, no contact though. Bert just came up to get by Bert, and Richard was closing at a really quick rate. And just no harm, no foul in that.
Officially halfway done with this race. Final race of the trucks of the season.
Yeah, it's crazy that the front three trucks were able to pull away from that long line. Unless that second line is
getting it together.
Yeah. That's part of it too, right? Working side by side now, lines, instead of just getting in a single file line and just working with each other till you get that top group, that front group.
And for those of you that are interested, season 17 start dates are set. There might still be some changes to the actual schedule itself, but the start dates sound like are set for when we're going to come back. So we will be after next week. So next week we have the All-Star race, and that will be the final race of this season. Then we'll be back in April 7th, kick off season 17. We'll be right back here at this track.
Side by side is killing them. They're not gonna be able to catch them.
See one in there that's going to be interesting. June 23rd, right now they have scheduled the Daytona road course. That should be interesting.
Well, especially because we don't know which vehicle we're running on Tuesdays.
So was that the poll for next season, or was it? I thought that was for the All-Star race.
It says what car do you want to see on Tuesday night? Currently, the Xfinity car is winning at 56%. Next gen is 31%. ARC at 13%.
The next gen is the one that you guys used to run, correct? On Tuesdays.
No, I don't think we've ever done the next gen here. We've run the ARCA. We've run the ARCA car. We've never done that red.
I guess I have them flipped around. I thought the ARCA car was the one that we ran, and was the newest one, and the next gen was the one that you guys used to run.
Yeah, no, we run ARCA.
And ARCA is the one that everybody didn't like because it was a bear to run. Well, except for I think Richard Holland. Richard Holland liked that car.
The what car?
The
The
ARCA.
ARCA car?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was different. It wasn't. Then it wasn't the ARCA car. Then it was the K&N car. It was the K&N car back.
Well, I think when I first came in to here, I think you guys were running the ARCA car. I know that next gen car, that thing's a beast. Or it was.
It's
That thing takes a lot before it
not
dies.
much you can take from any other car and incorporate that into that car.
From the experiences that I've had in that next gen, it takes a lot to take that thing out.
Yeah. It's not necessarily a bad car. It just there's a lot of acclimation to that car. And again, a lot of it you just got to put in the seat time because there's really not a lot you can take to set up the adjustments. Well, I guess if you run fixed, you don't have to worry about that so much. But yeah, the way it handles, the way it turns. Yeah, it's an interesting vehicle for sure.
These front four, they continue to run away. They are now up to 9-second gap between that second group. And it's just climbing. Looking at it, you'd think we were out here practicing. Little warm-ups. Let's go to our breakdown. You got Adam Matz in first place, Benjamin Lacey in second, Ricky Fagone is third, Daddy Glenn is fourth. Now, Daddy Glenn's actually a leader of this back group here, so you got Glenn Jameson in fourth place, Vern Bradley in fifth, Nick Hunt in sixth, Burt Wilson seventh, John Wimbish, he's managed to climb back up. He's in eighth place now. Garrett Helmiger is in ninth. Richard Holland, he's up to 10th place. Mike McCauley is currently in 11th. TJ Lee in 12th. Mike Mitchell is in 13th. Ivan Jones in 14th. Rylan Neese, he's got a group now to run with. He's He's in 15th place, I'm sorry. Keaton Tripp, he is currently in 16th. Matthew Powers in 17th. And Steve Bryan still up here running with these front three. Hoping to keep pace and hoping for a caution so he can get back around and get his lap back.
Complaining about them not making any progress.
Guys up here still managing to climb up. There's now a 12.3 second gap between these four and that next group.
Lap 59, so we should see coming up here, what, the next 4 or 5 laps, somewhere in there?
Yeah, probably 5 laps, I would imagine. And that should shuffle things up again. Be interesting to see if Steve Bryan comes in with these guys or if he stays out and goes around and then comes in, or exactly what he's going to do with his being a lap down.
The upside is he's the only one in 1 lap down. The only one probably disconnected. So he will get his lap back. So he doesn't necessarily sort of have to race to get it back. I mean, he can just sort of stay clean, and as long as he doesn't touch anybody, if and when the caution comes on, he'll get it back.
I guess that's the question. Do you go in? You go in before everybody starts going in, and then hopefully when you come back out, the next group comes in, and maybe a caution happens while that's going. And
I would just stay with the group I'm in. Since you're the only one to lap down, the main thing is you don't want to lose a group, right?
Right.
And then possibly go 2 laps down. So I think you're just going to play it safe by here and just stay with the group and just hope for the caution.
This group of 4, they are now up to a 13-second gap between them and the next group. Go back and take a look.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting they've been able to pull away like they have. Got our first call out for some pits. Sounds like the second group is going to be coming in first. Bert a little reserved on this entry this time. Pit road. I didn't want a second hold my beer moment. Yeah, it looks like everybody got in clean. You see any?
It looks like Glenn got a flag on that one.
Bert missed pit road. His pit stall too. It looks like.
Currently then are these guys right here now.
Yeah, Keaton and them, they're coming in this time around. Adam all got out together. Steven's just a tick behind him. He might be able to catch him. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to drag a little break and get him up there just like that.
Keaton, Ryland, Matthew, they're currently in the pits. That's going to leave just Garrett, Richard, TJ, and Mike yet to come in on pit stop. I'm showing that they've currently got 32 laps on this stint, so... All right, leaders are going to come in, it sounds like. See how they do. Yeah, look like they're good. Adam right there, so they are catching up, coming quick. They got just the three of them, though. So you got Adam, Benjamin, and Ricky. They were 1, 2, and 3 earlier tonight. Looking at that second group, which is just, looks like just Garrett and TJ. They are losing on the front three. down to about a 14.6. And behind TJ, you got another second and a half before you get to the next group. I'd imagine that they will close that gap fairly quickly and regain with TJ and Garrett, but they've lost so much to the front group, I don't know how well they're going to be at getting that back. So, because it is now up over 15 seconds. They're just that good, Nation. They're just that good.
Burns' group had a pretty good run there. They'd come up around Richard and Mike Mitchell, but they sort of cut down part of the line that sort of separated. So now they're all sort of grouped in with Richard Howland and Mike Mitchell. So that is one. If they can get in a single line, I think. But you got that group of TJ Lee, Glenn, Garrett.
Glenn's actually going to go a lap down here. So. Shuffling in the outside of that second group. Not sure if that was accidental or intentional. John Wimbish out there behind him trying to help push. That's like, nope, never mind, I'm going back in line.
Yeah, that's an empty feeling when you go high, expecting people to come with you, and all of a sudden you realize you're the only one out there.
We got Adam Matz, Benjamin Lacey, Ricky Fagone, and Burt Wilson has managed to catch up on his lap down. So that would be why. So you can see those two gaps. There's quite a big space in between them. Almost 16 and a half seconds between the front group and the back group. Adam Matz going to be in first place. Benjamin Lacey in second. Ricky Vagone is going to be third. Garrett Helminger is fourth. TJ Lee will be fifth. John Wimbish sixth. Mike Mitchell in seventh. Richard Holland in eighth. And Nick Hunt in ninth. And Mike McCulley rounding out your top 10. Ivan Nick out there. They're starting to make a little bit of a gap for themselves between them and the rest of the group. Distance between the two was at 16 point, almost 16.9. And it's back at it now. So getting ready to hit 17-second gap between this group and the front group.
So, what do you do if you're Adam? You're leading, but the guy who you need to finish 5 spots ahead is right behind you. You slow down so the second group comes up and maybe there's a wreck and you get some outlet and drop some spots, or you just take the win and sacrifice the championship. What do you do?
Well, Adam actually needs a lot more than that.
Yeah, he needs Benjamin basically to wreck. I mean,
Go to
he
the
needs
back.
to be, and Richard needs to get involved. I'm not saying he should do it. I'm just curious. Well,
I think at this point,
as it sits right now,
I think at this point there's not much he can do. So he's already leading. He's doing all he can do. And Benjamin's been right there all night, so I don't think he's going to do anything to potentially cause him to fall back or knock him back or anything like that, because your chances of wrecking yourself are way too high.
But anything. Yeah, I'm not saying wreck him or anything, but do you want that second group? You secretly want that second group to hopefully catch you. So maybe there is a scuffle. Just came off losing the championship by 24 hours ago. Might be bitter. Don't know. I don't think so. Adam. Just throwing it out there. Just putting out a what if. What do we think?
I think the spoiler is going to be Richard Holland. He just moved up to 8th place. So if he can move his way up that back line, and we've got 10 laps to go. So if Richard can start moving up that back line and get around a couple more people.
Yeah, the only problem is this back line is not organized. The second line is not organized enough. They're running side by side, which is not going to get you anywhere.
Yeah, he's running way back there. Those two are the last two on the lead lap. So if Richard can get to the front of this back group, he doesn't even have to get to the front of it necessarily. He just needs to get to, because right now Benjamin's running second. So he needs to get to like sixth. There he's squeezing to get the next spot. He's getting up next to Mike Mitchell right now, pushing Mike Mitchell kind of out of the way. Said, let me through. Mike Mitchell's going to squeeze the outside, and he's going to lose a couple spots, actually. Almost come back up and caught John Wimbish there. So now Richard just needs to move up, I think, another spot. I'm counting that right. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's at five right now.
Benjamin. He's 5 behind Benjamin.
Oh, he's yeah. Okay, never mind. So yeah,
I didn't want to call you out, but I'm like, I think he's going the wrong direction. I think you had him reversed.
Yep, I did.
But yeah, so Benjamin right now is more than happy where he's at.
Yep, he'll be content.
He just does not want his hello. Nobody wants a caution-free race to run out.
Unless something wild happens and he breaks loose and into the wall or something, that's which we have seen happen. It can happen.
Yeah.
But not that I want to put that not that I want to put that voodoo out there, but
yeah. Also cool to see this go caution free.
doing here. Like Mitchell getting kicked out, and he's just falling back some more. So they are bringing it back down a little bit, but they are not moving it enough to catch them right now. So Ivan's kicking out because I think he was saying he was getting hot. So
I think he said he was going to give Garrett a shot. Trying to push Nick better than I think they're just, at this point they're just trying wanting to try some different combinations, see if they can put something together. Unfortunately, there's only 4 laps left. Be that fast to come around it. Now it's just for position, really, at this point. I wouldn't count out not having a caution just yet.
Not with as wobbly as these guys are getting right here.
No, that second group's getting, they've realized, I think, that they're not going to catch a group. Now they're just going for best position. So things might be back there, I guess it would be. At this point, it's not over yet.
Uh-oh.
Adam disappeared. Oh, he's back in now. Oh, they're trying. Are you on the second?
I'm
Yeah,
back
you
to
need
it
be
now.
on the second. Yeah.
I jumped up to the front to see what was going on up there with Adam, but
Nice little battle going here in the second group.
wouldn't that be something to caution on the last lap?
I believe this is white flag, correct?
Yes.
White flag.
Yep.
So it is official. Wait, does that mean two Ricky can go even?
Yes, it does.
Or is that
Unless
that's
Burt
what I
wrecks him
thought.
right now.
Oh!
Oh, he took it, I think.
Wrecking in the back. Wrecking in the back. That second group. Like Mike Mitchell got down into Macaulay just turned him. And of course, who gets caught in it?
Yep.
Worst season of his career here at WFO. I mean, agree. He just did not catch a break from this year at all.
Yep. Benjamin jumped out on the outside there at the end and got around Adam for that last little bit and just beat him at the lane. Dang it. Meant to do that.
So what do we got here?
You called it. What do you mean you called it? You didn't call it.
He called what? Did he
I
call
think
like 8,000 wrecks?
he did. He called all kinds of cautions.
Yeah. 200. 200 is what he...
Oh. Alrighty. Well, let's see.
Good close finish.
Oops, that's not what I want to do. Let's go right here. Then we got this guy 2 nights in a row. We got to talk to this guy.
What's up with that?
What's happening?
Nothing's really changed. I mean, we can make
Down
this
here.
quick. I mean, it's...
Down here partying with the guys in the fucking camper section. Oh, that was kind of a boring race, wasn't it? I think I'm going to go check out Ben Lacey's YouTube channel. I've been staring at it now for an hour.
Oh, it's on his bumper.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's funny. That's funny.
You want to go check that out? Call the Wild YouTube. I honestly don't even know which one of them won the race, but
Benjamin
honestly,
squeezed
I'd
it out
say
right there at the
if
end.
Adam didn't roll over and like just let him win the race for being such a good pusher, then I'd have been pissed. That was a master class on how to be a good pusher. I'm pretty sure he was giving him the bumper, but then again, I was talking about what we talked about last night. I don't know as if he even touched him really.
Well, and I mean,
Just stay close
you
and
guys,
watch the gap grow and
you four
honestly
kept
fall over
running
into
away
the
from that second
checkout
group.
lane. Yeah, we started out at 3, and then it was 12, and then it was 15, and then I think we finished off at 18. And geez, I tell you what, Adam disappeared for a second,
Yeah, we saw that.
and
Yeah, we caught part of that.
of
It's a
course,
scary moment.
Ben was a class act. Of course, he let him jump right back in, and there's no need to do him like that. I guess he led pretty much the majority of the race. He did 2 good pit stops is what put us out there, anyways. I don't know what they did for strategy, but I know I had a couple of good ons and good offs, and we come out nose to tail there a couple different times. Well, I think they were behind me. They short pitted me, and then out being able to catch him with the help of Stephen Breen. He did a good job tonight following, and I'm sure it was probably a nervous wreck tonight, thinking about trying to stay close and trying to help the 2 in front without hurting them.
Yeah.
And that's what you got to do. You got to basically be uncomfortable and go out there and stay close. And congratulations on Ben with the win, and Adam for leading the whole damn race. And I don't know what championship points. I haven't looked at the truck series. I wouldn't be able to tell. So
Ben's got it.
well, I think Ben won that too. So
Yep.
I congratulate him on championship. And of course, Adam tonight was running so well and all season long and every race he's run. So yeah, good race for us, I guess. I heard a lot of crying.
Yeah, I was really surprised you guys were able to pull away from that giant pack. They just couldn't get it together as far as being in a straight line, and you guys were just slowly creeping away every lap you were pulling them.
This package is strange because you think people are lifting off the gas intentionally, but if they get kind of out of line, it seems a little bit, even just a little bit, the truck just hits a wall and stops dead in its tracks. It's ridiculous, John. It really is. I kind of found that out during practice a little bit and working with the same guys that were out in front here, and pretty much just I'm more than welcome to fall in line and watch a gap grow and see what happened. I tried to put a move on him at the end, knowing Bert might go with me, and of course I talked to him after the race. He said he would, but Ben pulled a good block in the corner there, and I hesitated just for a second and lost all of my steam, and they pretty much hooked up again for a second and then drove away, and there was no chance of doing anything with them from turn 4 to the trial start finish. And then Adam made a good move at the end and got by him, but good race.
Well, and just to
good finish for you, man.
Just to put it out there.
For me, that's usually how it goes. Usually there's one guy that's happy and then everyone else is fucking mad. I think you'll find there's 3 guys that are at least a little bit happy tonight. That was how it's done, really.
Well, and just to put it out there, your buddy Nation, he had no faith in you guys. He thought you were doing 200 cautions tonight.
No, of course not. Of course not. Where's he been? He been abducted again by aliens? Is that what happened?
I'm not sure. He's been in the chat a lot of the night tonight, so it's he must be bored tonight.
Probed, Nation?
He must be bored tonight.
Well, you must pick me up first. I'd say go interview those guys before they fall asleep.
All right. Well, congratulations. Does anybody want to thank for your P3?
I just want to thank you guys again for watching this broadcast. I'll go back and watch a little bit of replay, see what action I did miss. And like I said, go check out Ben Lacey's YouTube channel.
Where'd you finish?
Alrighty, guys. Thank you.
You finished 5th on the season, real quick. Points already updated. So
I had 5th. both the Xfinity and this truck, I've had probably about the least success I think I've had probably in a long time, but I managed to stay consistent. And if I finished outside the top 10, it wasn't very far out there. So just show
Yeah.
up and keep finishing the races and try to stay on the lead lap. That's usually my goal at any time I turn this thing on. But a win would be
You had a
nice, but
12.9.
I'll take third.
Yeah, you had a 12.9 average finish overall for the season, which isn't bad.
No, not too bad at all. It's been very competitive, and of course, the last few races in this truck haven't liked it. Don't really care for it no more. Lots changed, John.
Yeah, that's weird with that aero package. That sounds like it's frustrating as hell to try to figure out and control.
Pretty much. You figure it out. You figure it out. If you don't, you don't, I guess. It's not what we're used to. But thank you guys, and thank all the drivers again.
All right. Well, congratulations on
Yeah, good
P3,
job, man.
and
Good
we
season.
will see you next season.
All righty, we'll see you there. Bells and whistles.
All right, take care, man.
All right. There. This guy right here. Mr. Adam Matz. Do you have a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, it was an uphill battle for you to try and get the points tonight. You did all you could do. You stayed out front most of the race. But Benjamin decided he wanted to stick right there with you and not give you that opportunity to get those points you needed to get the win of the championship. So, but you got second place tonight, almost had it. He got you there at the end. I know there was a little bit of an issue with your connection, and then you came back and he gave you the spot back and then decided to race you there at the end. So, it was good on him on that part, and great run for you. I can't remember how many laps you had led at that point. I think you were close to 50 some laps. I think you were leading. And, there was one point that I think was the first pit stops that you guys made. You were leading and you guys went in, and when you came back out, you guys were in the middle of the pack. What, did you guys take like a full pit and everybody half pitted, or what was the deal there?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I know we pitted later the second time around, and yeah, we got out pretty good, both pit stops. The first one, I was behind John. I don't know what happened to him because when I exited, he wasn't with us, so I'm not sure. I know I only took 2 tires. I took full fuel the first one. I did not take a full tank on the second one. I took just what I needed to get to the end.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, you did a hell of a job. You almost got the win. He just got you there right the last second, and I mean, it was a great race for you. I mean, 90 laps caution free.
I mean, you had an excellent season too. I mean, you had an average finish in the trucks of a 5.2. That's phenomenal.
Yeah, pretty good. It kind of feels like Mr. Second Place kind of thing, to be honest with you, which is a little irritating. But
I don't know, man. You got 13 top 10s, of which 11 were top 5s with 2 wins. That's the best consistent season of anybody in the league this season.
Yeah, I wish I would have got this finish last night. Unfortunately, I got caught up in some wrecks, and I think that was a connection issue for someone else, actually. So, yeah, I don't know what the deal is with these connection issues. Stop it. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to get second. I kind of knew I was a sitting duck in the lead there. And you can kind of side draft a little bit. And I pulled the same pass on people in the past when I was second, and it almost works every time. And you just nip them right there at the line. And they're really, like, the leader is so defenseless, unless you get somebody tucked up behind you that kind of fills the gap. But we didn't have enough trucks for that. So I knew it was going to be tough to hold them off. I tried to kind of crowd them up the track a little bit, but yeah, I don't know what else I really could have done. I wasn't going to, make contact or nothing or wreck anybody for it. But darn, it was close.
Well, I mean,
I think it was just by a fender, right? It was close.
Yeah. So I mean, one way to look at it is
if if that start finish line was just sorry, I was just gonna say if the start finish line was just a few feet earlier, I would have had it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, one way to look at it is, yes, you got second place, but you got second place to the league champion. So
That doesn't help.
I was just trying to help a little bit, you know?
Man,
I know you're trying, but no, that's not helpful.
second place, still first loser.
Exactly. Yeah. I'll take. You know, it was fun to lead the laps from up front. I'm gonna be honest. Probably not the most exciting thing to watch there. Hopefully, you had some excitement further in the pack, because yeah, I felt like I just was in a zone there and just in cruise control for a very long time. So I was really surprised that we got spread out like we did. But that happens if you make it through the first pit stop and there's not a caution. It seems like this happens with these plate races.
yeah, and you guys, I mean, you just kept climbing and climbing and climbing, getting further away from that back pack. So, I mean, I think at one point you guys were 19 seconds spread apart. So, it was a heck of a job for you four to be able to pull away from everybody else and just keep doing it. So, it was good. It was good it was interesting to see that part, and then we would jump back and see what was going on back there, and then come up and check on you guys every once in a while and see if anything was going on there, and then go back to the back group. And so it was kind of a little bit of a back and forth, but you know.
Yeah, at least we got you a photo finish at the end, I think. So
Yep.
I contributed a little bit. So yeah, I will say, you know, congrats to Ben on the championship. He also won the tournament that we were doing, and then I should say congrats to Keaton, his championship yesterday, which hurts, still hurts me a little bit. And then he also won the tournament for Xfinity. So congrats to them, and yeah, thanks for everything you guys have been doing with the broadcast. It's been a lot of fun.
You know, I'm naming you Mr. Consistency, so I know that probably doesn't make you feel any better either, but you have been the consistent racer out here.
Yep, I'll be back next season, and we'll give it another go. Maybe we'll have better luck. Get that top spot. Dang it, it's gonna happen eventually, hopefully.
Well, you keep cracking off finishes like you had this year. I mean, you'll be right back up in there, right? I mean, at the end of the day, it came down to one race really. Well, he had a little bit of a gap on you, about 14 points behind, but you gave it a good run through the whole season. I mean, yesterday too. Yesterday is probably more bittersweet than today. Tonight I would imagine, being it was only 1 point, but I mean, to still say you had a shot in both of them, pretty good. A pretty good job. It's a pretty high bar.
Yeah, I agree. Pretty good competition here too. There's some really fast guys in here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but it's just see how next year plays out, for sure.
Yep.
Be fun to watch.
Well, is there anybody you'd like to thank for your P2?
Just thanks to the team, Third Wave Motorsports, Grayson J Photography, New South medals on the car. Of course, Phantom Racing. I love kart racing and all that too. So shout out to that. And then Jerry, Ray, and John, my teammates. I know they weren't able to join tonight, but they've been helping out all season. So yeah, it's been good. And then thanks to you guys and the admins too, as always.
All right. Well, congratulations.
Yeah, great season, man. Good job.
Congratulations on tonight's P2, your good season, and we'll see you again next season.
All right, thanks.
Yep, have a good one, man.
All right, now the last man, the man with the plan, the man with the trifecta tonight. The win, the championship, and the bracket win. Mr. Benjamin Lacey, how's it going?
It's going, man. It's a a good night. Pretty stoked to win the championship. The competition in this league is fierce. So this one means something, means a lot. So bunch of good dudes out here. Great league, fantastic league, good broadcast too. I will mention that. So this is going to be one in the memory books for a long time.
Absolutely. And you're going to have a new follower on your website there too, or your YouTube channel, because Ricky said after reading that for the last hour, he says, I'm going to go check it out.
Yeah, we were just locked bumper to bumper there for a while. I was like, there's no need for us to really panic or do anything. Let's just shove and see how big of a lead we can get, but conservatively shove. And we were able to, I don't know if we hit 20 seconds or not, but we were pretty dang close. So
Yeah, you were pretty
it
close
was a
to
lot
it.
of fun. Yeah, a lot of fun pushing Adam and running that way. And there was a little bit of a scare because Adam disappeared for a hot second. I didn't know where he went. And, he was smart, and he moved up to the high side and got out of the way, and that gave me the lead for like a hot second. I was like, I don't want to do it like that. So we ended up flip flopping back and put on the finish for it.
Absolutely. And brought out the bonus finish. And I know he's a little upset with it and not getting a win, but it's just
Honestly,
the way it is sometimes. And
I thought he had it at the line when we crossed the line. I looked over to to me, it looked like he still had a nose on my screen, and then I looked down and it gave me the win by I don't know how much, like probably not even a tenth of a second, but it was tight. And I was like, I didn't think I had it at first, to be honest.
Yeah, it looked like it was about a fender. His bumper was at your front wheel center, so you had not even a fender, half a fender.
yeah, it
So
looks
yeah, it
like
was a good close.
you beat him by 0.012.
Yeah, that might be the closest finish I think I've ever had. That's pretty dang close.
Yeah, it was a well-timed pass. That was a great move.
Yeah, well, I was working on that. I was telling him I was working on trying to sneakily set it up to where he didn't see realize what I'm doing too soon. But I was trying to lay off just a little bit into 3 and see if I could figure out where the run was going to come and time it. And it ended up coming a little bit later because Ricky and Bert went up to the high side, so I had to pivot and look at that, and then that kind of, I think, pushed Adam out a little bit too far, and then was able to build the run, and then it was kind of on my own. So I was like, oh, I don't know if I got enough, and barely by a fender. But Adam ran a fantastic race, and I do got to give him credit for running a really, really smooth line. I think that's the smoothest line on a super speedway I've seen following behind in a very, very long time. So it was super easy to push and stay right with him and create the gap.
Yeah, it was a good season. You had an average finish of 7.2 for the season overall between all the tracks. Good finish, good average.
Yeah, the first couple races didn't go that hot, honestly. I think it was like Vegas, I think was the first one I was able to make, and I think I ended up getting wrecked or something like that. It was just a big draft track like that there too, but a mile and a half, and it was wild, man. It was wild. It took a little bit to get some momentum going, but once we found it, was able to keep it going and make the playoffs and come away with it.
Yeah, you had a 15th at Vegas, 10th at Charlotte, then you won Richmond, and then followed that with a 25th at Echo Park in Atlanta. But yeah, after that, you could see it pretty much the single digits. Short of Michigan was the 12th place finish, but yeah, 6, 7, 8, 2, 1, 3, 3, 1. So yeah, definitely a good run. Definitely finished off the season strong for sure after that slightly rocky start.
And it's it's like I was telling some of the guys the other week, that I remember running with y'all a couple seasons ago, probably like 2022-ish, 2021-ish in that range. And competition from there to this season is a night and day difference. A lot of the guys in the league that been around for a while have gotten a ton better, and some new drivers that have come in that have just been elevating the competition as well. So it's been an absolute blast. And what's great about that is the quality of racing. We went flag to flag at Daytona, and I can't remember the last time we did that in a league too. So it's absolutely phenomenal and great job by all the drivers.
Yeah, it's a good group of guys. Luckily, they got rid of that wrecking ball in the '86. That guy was a menace.
Oh, dude. I
But
remember
no, it's
running with you.
sorry.
I said I remember running with you too, man. You weren't a wrecking ball. You were fun to drive with.
Yeah, no, these guys though, I do agree with you. The talent level of these guys throughout the whole field. You know, everybody's, you know, the whole field has got some different levels of how they're coming along, but everybody seems to run each other. You know, and I know I tend to go on this a lot. I get on this run and I'll talk about this for too long, but all these guys have got really good racing around each other, really clean for the most part. Give everybody a lot of good respect. It's a really cool league. You know, this is a good league because I'm sure you run a bunch. Like I still am able to when I'm home. You know, I work during the week away from home, so I'm home on the weekend. So I run weekend leagues now. But there's certain leagues, or if you get into hosted stuff like that, but you fall towards the back, it can get hairy because you don't know. You very well think you might get run
Yeah.
over because you're around guys that are in the back and the usually a little less respect. But in here, everybody runs. Everybody has a level of racecraft to them that you don't see in a lot of leagues from the top to the
Correct.
bottom. You know, usually a lot of leagues you see it top half, top third. Here, all the way through, everybody, pretty much everybody here has got a really good racecraft and runs around each other. I shouldn't even say pretty much. I think everybody here uh,
Yeah.
has a really good sense of how to run and run around others, which makes it that much more enjoyable. So, yeah, it's a very cool
Yeah.
group of drivers for sure.
I think the other thing too is, it's the culture, created by Michael and Vern. They don't put up with any of the people who don't drive that way. Like the people who don't give the give and take and the respect on the track. Michael and Vern, they don't they won't put up with that very long, and the people that do that end up either they end up finding somewhere else to run. And I think that's a testament to the way the league is run, and I am all for it and I applaud it.
Yeah, no, it definitely makes for most people think about what they do before they do it. You can't get away with a lot of shenanigans around here.
Right, right. And I'm for it. You know, Makes it a lot more fun for everybody because then we get nights like this, or a couple of nights, and we've had some great battles with Keaton and Adam and Richard. Where we can push hard, but we know there's going to be that proper respect and give and take, and it just makes it so enjoyable and a lot of fun.
Yeah, for sure. Except for maybe Adam. Adam had a rough finish to the season. From where he could have been. Last night was 1 point. I still think that was probably the hardest of the two. I mean, I'm sure he was upset he won the race, but I'm sure that one's going to probably sting for a while. But a 1 point
Yeah,
loss, you know, with the phenomenal season
yeah,
he
he
had.
was
But that's part of it though too, right? I mean, that's part of the racing gig. You know, that's
right.
how that rolls out
Right.
sometimes.
Yeah, it's frustrating, 'cause at the same time, like, when you lead a lot of laps like that, and then you end up losing one on the last couple laps. That one stings. That one's tough to
Yeah.
swallow 100%. So I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
But
Oh, for sure.
you know, at the same time, it's one of those deals where if I don't go for it, what are we doing? So I have to. I have to go for it, and I got lucky. Daytona lucky.
Yeah. No, that was well. I don't think you could have timed that any better. Any sooner, and he might have been able to get a little side draft on your back and pull ahead. And any later, you wouldn't have gotten around him as time. It was perfect timing. It worked out well for you. It
Yeah,
was a great move.
it was a fun one. It was a fun one.
Well, is there anybody you'd like to thank for your P1, your championship, and your bracket win?
Obviously the whole league. I really appreciate you guys. Fantastic season, fantastic job. Um, Honestly, one of the most fun seasons I've had in a very long time. So I just want to say thank you to everyone for that, and Michael and Vern for putting this on, and being some goats at league admin and running a fantastic league. And John and Brazen, you guys do such a good job with the broadcast. It's always fun to go back and listen to the fun talk that we have on the broadcast, and see what you guys have to say about the race and stuff. So it's a lot of fun to do. And Richard and Keaton and Adam, all the guys, man, it's just a blast to race with them. And got to thank the sponsors on the car there too. Film in the Wild, youtube.com/filmingthewild YouTube channel. And then if you guys are interested in some of their more production stuff, go to realearthfilms.org. and that's the REEL films.org. So yeah, really appreciate that. And yeah, much love to y'all.
Yeah,
Congratulations,
congrats, man. Great
and
season, man.
we look forward to seeing you next season.
Yeah, sounds like a plan. A couple months off, it sounds like. So be a
Yep.
good time.
Back in April.
April it is.
Yep. Again, good job, man. Good finish
I
to the season.
appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Well, got any final thoughts there, Mr. Sanu?
Good season. You know, it came down to it. You know, kind of a, you know, you didn't know what was going to happen to the end of this race, which is cool. You know, nobody dominated the season. Well, actually, Adam had a pretty good dominant effect on the season, a lot. But again, you know, that's a thing with racing, right? Fastest car, best car doesn't always win.
Mm-hmm.
That's what makes it interesting. Otherwise, it'd be boring, right? So you never know how it's going to finish. So, unfortunately, Adam was on the bad end of that for last night and tonight. But yeah, it's been a great season. I was glad to be a part of it. It was fun to watch, fun to work with you. That was a blast. Just trying to get better at trying to help out in doing this. So yeah, I had fun. I look forward to next season. Well, we still have the All-Star race next week, but as far as the season goes, it's been a great season. It was a good finish, caution free. You know, it's a good race. So I had a blast. Yeah, very cool. And again, with everything, thanks to all the guys for showing up, participation stage. Yeah, I can't even talk anymore. Participation has been great. The car counts have been really great throughout the whole season. It wasn't a horrible dip at the you know after the postseason started with the playoffs. Usually you see a pretty big dip. Still had guys showing up, which again is a testament to the quality racing here. Guys still want to show up and race, even if they weren't you know fortunate enough to be in the top 12. So hats off to them. Same hats off to Vern and Michael with all they do with the admin, and Hal, who doesn't get enough mentions because we unfortunately don't get to see him come out and race or anything as much, you know, like he used to. But big shout out to him too. Without him, none of this would be possible as well. So thanks to him and him keeping this league alive and well also. So yeah, great job to those guys on the admin side as well. Couldn't do it without them either. So yeah, thanks to everybody. It's been a great year. Can't wait to see how next year shakes out.
And I think you've pretty much covered everything. I can't really add to that other than, you know, I want to thank you for being up here in the booth and giving the technical side of things that I don't fully know sometimes. So I appreciate that and try and help out and everything that you've done. And, you know, I just want to give a shout out to, you know, McCulley and the work that he does to bring in some of these drivers that he's brought in over the seasons, and you know, WFO for bringing the league together and to begin with. So, and with all of that being said, I also, well, actually, I want to give a shout out to all the drivers too, because obviously without the drivers, there's nothing for us to talk about. So I want to thank them for all coming out every week and battling it out for us to have something to discuss. So, but with that being said, we will be back next week on Tuesday for the All-Star race. Details still being ironed out, I believe. So we will get back here with that. So we will see you then. Otherwise, we'll see you back here in April. Hit that notification bell, get that like, hit the subscribe so you can know when we go live in April, which it looks like April 7th. And we will see you then. And until then, I got nothing else. So have yourselves a wonderful night. Thank you all for being here and watching. We'll see you again soon. Much love, and later on, everybody.
Not everyone. Peace.